What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of You Guessed It. You Can Make This BS Up. I'm your host, Joel Davis. If it's your first time tuning in to this podcast, you are going to love every minute of it. Before I move forward, I want to give a shout out to all the people that's been commenting on my YouTube channel. Appreciate y'all. Y'all really making me really feel like there is hope in the game of this thing called the podcast world and all. I also want to give a big shout out to my other podcast partners that I sometimes do collaborate with or try to plan to do collaborations with. Shout out to my brothers, not my brother's keeper, a true black crime podcast that talk about black brothers who kill. Shout out to my boy King Arthur over there. Also, I want to give a shout out to Melanated Mayhem. That's Renee Davis. We got the same last name. We might be related or something. She is one of the most prolific storytellers in the game. If you really want to get a good story from a podcast that is very thorough and very authentic, especially from a female perspective, definitely check her out. Also, check out my other counterparts that I do also be in the group and talk to them from time to time. That will be Melanated Mysteries. That'll be Tiffany and Willie. Two good best friends that decided to do a podcast together, and they are completely hilarious. They really do make you laugh. Shout out to my other podcast that I like to listen to and a big fan of, my bitch I Can't. I want to say his name is Anthony. I hope I'm right. I may be wrong, but I love his podcast as well. I also like the podcast from Sisters Who Kill. Black Girl Gone. The infamous ones. One of my major supporters who's been reaching out to me since day one. Along with King Arthur and along with Melanated Mysteries, Super Red Rum, and my girl Nora Tales. Alana is very talented when it comes to storytelling. She's very big on making sure that you are well aware of all the information there is to be empowered as a woman, especially a black woman, and the DV situations as well. She's coming out from the Midwest. So once again, I am, like I said, currently in limbo. I probably will have a little bit more time to work on podcasts. May find myself doing another career change or doing something for my career. One thing I've learned about when you get middle age and you start getting in your 40s, I want to give this to everyone out there. If you have a career that you are good at and know you're good at, stay with it when you get in your mid-40s, because trying to achieve a dream late in life like I did trying to be more of a boss, trying to be more in creative control and control of what I want to do with my career. It is really difficult. Okay, really is difficult, especially if you are a veteran. I know they say, well, you're a veteran, it should be easy, right? Well, when you got mental health issues that you have to deal with me, PTSD, bipolar, manic bipolar disorder, um, also personality, oh God, what they call it, personality dissociative disorder, PDD. It's a lot, you know. It's an everyday battle. It really is. You have to fight to keep yourself sane. Thank God that I have a good support system. I have a beautiful family, of loving wife that tries to remind me every day that I'm not alone, that there are people out there that have the same issues I do. I just have to find my niche. That's what I'm trying to do. But y'all know y'all get tired of hearing all my introductions. So I'm gonna make it very quick before we start today's story. Some housekeeping things. Guys, please go over to all of the podcast mediums that you use or applications to listen to my show and give me a review. It helps me out with my algorithm as well to get out there. It helps me also get more deals to be able to put more effort into trying to make this podcast into one of the best podcasts out there. Also, too, please share with your family and friends. Shout out to all my people out there in Singapore. Didn't know Singapore liked my material this much. Uh, Hopefully, we can soon get to a point to where we get over 1,000 downloads an episode, which would be great. I haven't had that done in a while. So please share the content. Tell everyone everything that you can about the show. All right, so today, I don't know why I say because it's the night because I'm recording. I am going to be talking about a case that is very, 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 very sad, coming out of Pensacola, Florida area. Okay. Imagine being a young mother with kids that rely on you every day to take care of them, provide for them, watch out for them, and love them. And you are trying to find Mr. Right. Not Mr. Right now, not Mr. Maybe, but Mr. Right. You're going through so many ups and downs in your life and relationships, and you finally get away from Mr. Wrong and start your life in a positive direction for the new year of 2024 of finding Mr. Right, someone who wants to be involved with you, want to uplift you, and all of a sudden, your past comes out of nowhere and take it all away from you. This is the story tonight that we're going to be discussing the story this time, I keep saying tonight, of Kayla Atwood. So imagine this. It's a crisp January morning in Pensacola, Florida. As a mother, you kiss all four of your kids goodbye. You watch them get on the school bus, and from there, you also drop them off at the daycare. And then all of a sudden, when those children look for you to come and get them, or to even find you home, you are nowhere to be found. It's like you disappeared. There's no note, There's no warning. There is no you. Your phone has went silent. Your normal areas that you are known to frequent is empty. But there is something peculiar behind, not too far from where you drop your kids at, in the shadows of those woods. Those woods is the woods that your children will be passing every day on their way to daycare or on their way to school. But in those woods, there's going to be something terrible that is going to turn their life upside down for the rest of their lives. This is the story of Kayla Laray Atwood, 32-year-old woman who fought through life's storms. She loved her children fiercely, and she trusted the wrong man one final time, the exact man that she thought that she had finally put behind her. Listener discretion is strongly advised. This episode is going to contain some graphic details of DV, homicide, and devastating impact on innocent children. So, if you're not able to handle that and you want to skip through this episode, I understand. And if you are in a situation where you are experiencing DV or your life is being in danger because of that DV, especially if you have children, please contact the National DV Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. Again, contact the National DV Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. Now, we're going to talk about who was Kayla Atwood. See, Pensacola isn't just beaches and blue skies. It's a city of contrasts. You got military bases, humid nights, tight-knit families, and people that understand the hidden struggles to survive in this area. Kayla Atwood was born into this world around 1991. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any information or childhood photos or yearbook quotes, but Kayla's life wasn't broadcast. It was kind of what you would call very private, low-key. But from those who knew her best, she was a girl who grew up tough. See, her sister-in-law, Teresa Blue Atwood, said it plainly once. She's a tough girl. She's very tough. She's been through a lot. And through it all, she never run away. What did that lot include? Well, we know that, like any young person, she had some brushes with the law in her 20s and 30s. You know, the normal suspended license, getting a little rowdy, disorderly conduct. But we already know that life in Pensacola can be hard on single moms, especially with the financial pressures and the court dates. But not Kayla. She didn't break. She built a family. She posted smiling selfies, videos of her 4 kids laughing. She manifested positivity. As her social media bio hinted, most high first, mother second. Manifestation is real. But see, beneath those smiles, tensions. There was a lot of relationships she went through that turned volatile. A restraining order filed in the past against someone not connected to this particular incident. She also faced the patterns of conflict, and then she thought that she found a new chapter where she could move on. See, Kayla's anchor was her family. Her mother, Linda Joyner, always there for the kids, siblings, and in-laws, who always rallied behind her when she was even at her lowest point. She lived on West Belmont Street, a quiet spot, but not far from the woods that would become infamous. Again, she never ran, she fought. But on January 3rd, 2024, something changed. Was it jealousy, control, or something that's just so sinister that we could never understand? But we'll come back to that. First, let's talk about the day that everything changed. It was January 3rd, 2024. The sun rises over Pensacola. Kayla loads her 4 children, ages 11, 7, 3, and 1, into the car. She drops the older 2 at school, the little ones at daycare near Fairfield Drive, a routine she done countless time and time again. Cell phone videos just 2 days earlier showed her beaming, playing with them. Fun times with her 4 kids. The headlines would later call it. She was their world and they were hers. But that afternoon, she doesn't return. The daycare calls her. Ain't no answer. School lets out. Ain't no mom. Grandma Linda, which we have confirmed earlier was Kayla's mom, she rushes over. She gathers the children. She's confused. This is not like Kayla. Kayla love her kids. Kayla always get her kids on time. She's a responsible mother. Now, this confusion is starting to turn to fear. Where is she? So the family reached out to her last, or I would say ex-boyfriend, Mikhail Fountain. He said he hasn't seen it. Days pass. Volunteers search. Tilts flood in. Police release a single haunting image. It's Kayla standing beside a yellow Penske box truck, door open. Who was driving? What? Why that truck? It's a mover's truck. The mystery gets a little crazy. A man she met on a dating app 2 days prior, Antonio Elmores, admits he helped her with drop-offs, even drove her home that morning. He drops her off. Minutes later, another vehicle arrives. Now the surveillance captures it. Kayla steps out and into this mysterious white pickup truck. Then her phone pings during that time, and then the phone just goes dark. Family is pleading. She would never just leave her kids. Teresa. She never runs away, but someone knew more. Someone was watching, deleting, lying, and the clock was ticking towards a discovery no one wanted to make. Relationships can save you, right? Or they can destroy you. But for Kayla, they were often both. Past troubles. She had domestic disputes, battery charges, some where she was accused, others where she sought protection. Now, she had a restraining order against her ex, which was not Fountain, but it was her husband. Now, the records on that is a little murky, but she carried scars from a lot, as her family said. Then came Mikhail Fountain, get his name right. He's 34 years old. Recent volatile. Family called him her current boyfriend. He claimed they broken up a week earlier. Now, but text on January 3rd tells a different story. They were communicating, coordinating. Jealousy? That's what the police zeroed in on. Now, Chief Eric Rander, we suspect probably jealousy. Why? Because Kayla was moving on. She met someone new. Elmerez days before, and Fountain saw it, the truck, the drop-off. Surveillance shows him visiting neighbors, asking to view cameras. What vehicle picked her up, he asks. Later he returns claiming, oh, she was kidnapped, trying to find clues or was he trying to cover his tracks? He allegedly deleted one of his neighbor's footage, wipes texts clean, even lies to the police. See, experts has always said, when abusers' sense of control loses a sense of control, that the danger zone jealousy isn't just an emotion. It's the match. And in Pensacola, we've seen it before. Shootings, stabbings. We're talking about X turning lethal. Kayla walked away. She dared to start over, but someone couldn't let go. What happened in that white truck? 8 days of agony. The volunteers combed the area, looking everywhere for this beautiful young mother. Family holds vigils. You got people in the neighborhood praying for a miracle. And then January 11th at 11 p.m., the cadaver dogs from Legacy K9 hit on something. Deep in the woods near Fairfield Drive in Crow Road, minutes from the daycare. A shallow grave. Kayla, shot, buried hastily. Hours later, at 2:10 a.m., police storm Fountain's home on North G Street. He resists, hides, but they find him. He's charged with homicide, battery, tampering, and resisting. The pieces snap together, texts, footage deletions. The neighbor's camera he begged to see, jealousy over a new man. The grave so close to her children's daily path. Just a final cruel twist. We fast forward nearly 2 years on October 2025. A trial looms. But January 6th to the 8th, 2026, 3 grueling days in Escambia County courtroom. Evidence unfold. Surveillance deleted, files recovered, texts, the shallow grave, photos, witnesses, the motive jealousy exploding into violence. The jury deliberates and then returns guilty of second-degree murder. Mikhail Fountain is now 36, convicted January 8th, 2026. Sentence is set for February 10th. He faces up to life without parole. Family stands with police. We appreciate all tips for bringing Kayla home, but home is forever changed. Kayla was a fighter. She was a mother, a sister, a cousin, special to not just friends, but to us, her cousin said at the balloon release. Her kids, now without her, carry her strength. This isn't just a story of loss, it's a warning. Jealousy can kill, control can destroy. If you're in danger, don't wait, reach out. Kayla Atwood deserved more days, more smiles, more life. Now, this is the part where I will tell you about my thoughts here. And let's talk about what I think why Mikhail Fountain ramped up his control and all of his anguish and frustration towards Kayla Atwood, this beautiful soul. I think that Mikhail Fountain, even though they did not date it as long, it was a short period of time, I think that Kayla had been through so many destructive and very volatile relationships, and she saw this as a relationship that just wasn't going to work. And she decided to try to stop it before it got out of control. And she was doing a good job on doing all that. But the problem is that she underestimated Mikhail Fountain. Mikhail Fountain probably could not accept the fact that she was moving on and rejected it. And we already talk about there's a lot of men out here that are very weak-minded that cannot accept rejection. And it's true. I know you probably say, man, that's crazy. What you mean you can't accept rejection? I'm being honest. There are a lot of men and women out here that are control freaks, cannot stand rejection. They cannot accept the word no. They cannot accept boundaries. They feel like they have free range to do what they want when they want. And they can do it to you, but you can't do it to them. As Finesse 2 times the rapper say all the time. It's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it. And that's what it was. The problem was that Kayla was doing the exact thing that he was trying to do. He was actually doing for a long time. She took control, but she took control of the situation of herself. And when he saw that she found another man that was willing to do the things that he wouldn't do, be more understanding, be more patient, and actually show her what a real relationship should be based upon, that was it. He couldn't handle that. That was a slap in the face. That's why he did what he did. And that's how he was able to, some kind of way, he knew her weaknesses to get her in that truck to talk to her. And that's what women, you have to start understanding when it comes to these abusers, when you finally get away from them. Do not get in situations where you are alone with them. I don't care if they say they got to get something, somebody in their family passed away, they need an ear to talk to, or whatever. Don't do it. Leave them be. Let them find it out for themselves. Because once you give them any type of opening to come back into your life, it could be dangerous. And in this case, that's what it was with her. He probably got her some kind of way in that truck, discussed their relationship about probably, hey, let's get back together, or find out she had moved on with this guy, or look through her phone and say, oh, I'm gonna call this guy and tell him it's over. She probably stood up to him and say, listen, you know, you can do what you want, but I see who I want and deal with who I want, and it pushed him over the edge. That's why I keep telling women all the time in these relationships, and men too, do not get near your abuser. Once you're done with your abuser, you stay away. Believe me, I've been there. I am a man that was in an abusive relationship with my first wife, and I know how it is. Once you get away from them, it is, I'm telling you, the best thing you could ever do for yourself. Rest in peace to Kayla Atwood. I will give y'all an update on as soon as that sentencing is done in February. So y'all guys will probably get a follow-up episode with this. Please, guys, if you love what I just released tonight, please like it, brag to everyone about it, share it. Also, too, you can support me on any of my donations, Venmo, JDMN40. You can also support me on Cash App, which will be The Real Joel Davis. Or if you want to donate Apple to Apple, you can always donate to me at joshua.joel.davis24@icloud.com. You can always do Apple Pay to Apple Pay that way to me, and I will accept it. Again, thank y'all so much. Whatever you decide to donate, whether you want to donate $5, or you want to donate 5,000, we definitely appreciate you. I want to give a shout out to a mystery donor that recently donated. Thank you for the $1,000 donation. I appreciate you so much. You didn't have to do that. Like I said before, if you want to donate, take care of the podcast and be part of the production of that, or put input in the next story, you got my emails, and we'll go from there. Again, please like, share, subscribe. I'm out.